Greetings, everyone. Hello, scholars. Welcome to Multicultural Education, EDU 316. This is for the spring 2026 semester. Welcome. I would like to go over the syllabus. That's the purpose of what I'm doing today. We can go step by step over our syllabus, and that way you can have information. You can go back and back it up, rewind it, go back, fast forward, whatever you call it, skip ahead, go back to look at things that you may not have remembered or want to clarify what I said. Okay, I'm excited to have you in the class. Let's just jump right into the syllabus because I don't intend to hold you longer than I need to. Okay. This is out of the College of Education. I'm in two different colleges. I have a dual appointment in College of Education and in Arts and Sciences. I teach history courses. I teach Black Studies courses. This is online, asynchronous. We do have one in-person meeting that I understand some of you are out of town and you can't come to. It's an in-person lecture, and I wanted to do in person because of the caliber of the speaker we have coming. I have my good friend Olivia Morris. She works with Netflix, Disney. She's one of the founders of DreamWorks. She's a young African-American woman, a young genius, and she's a filmmaker. And I do work in film. And she's coming out to Kentucky to do a talk that's related to, she's coming to NKU actually. It's related to our work that we're doing in this class. Her talk is going to be centered around education, history, diversity, and the film industry. It's right up our alley. So I want you to be there in person. If you can't be there in person, we'll make some provision. But those that can come in person, I am going to give you extra credit also on top of the required points. Just reward you handsomely. I'm only giving extra credit because I know that some of you can't. I know it's an effort to be there. Okay? But normally I don't give extra credit. Okay. Alrighty. So this is out of the College of Education. We have a different grading scale. Keep in mind, our grading scale is much more rigorous. Okay, when I get to that section, I'll try to remember to point that out. Please email me if you have questions. I have Zoom hours, Zoom appointments. Now, I always try to be accommodating. So throughout the week, you'll sometimes see me jumping on Zoom so that I can just be available for you. And the way Zoom notifies you, it seems like we have a required class. Don't be alarmed if you just see it pop in your email or something that says there's a Zoom meeting going on with EDU 316. Don't be alarmed to say, oh, I didn't know we had a class. I didn't know we were meeting. No, it's just me randomly trying to be available for people. And that's the opportunity for you to come in and ask questions. Or if you just want to say, hey, Dr. Childs, I wanted to say something to you. That's fine too. But I'll try my best to be available. Even this week, I'll try to pop on Zoom if I can. If you just want to have questions or if you just have introductory comments you want to make to me or whatever, Okay. I think I said enough there. If you're on campus, let me know. If you want to just meet up on campus, let me know. I'm here or there, everywhere. Sometimes I'm not always in the office, so if you're going to stop by the office, just let me know, and I'll try to see if I'm there that day. Okay, 2 books. You want to get the books right away. This is your main textbook. Is everyone really equal? Get the green copy. There's an older blue copy. If you get the blue copy, you're gonna struggle because it's an older edition. The page numbers don't match up. There's chapters in the new one that's not in an old one. There's some blue copies out there on the internet. Don't get the blue copy. Get the green one. Get the second edition. You hear me? Second edition. And when I do these talks, don't skip them. Don't just try to figure out how to navigate the course yourself, because you're going to make some mistakes and some mishaps. I want to be able to guide you so you can be successful. Okay? I want everybody in this class to be successful. Okay? Don't use AI. Don't turn in AI projects. A lot of people, I keep saying a lot, a couple of people last semester didn't do well because they just went to AI and give me a paper on multicultural education using the Sensor and D'Angelo text, and AI pits out wrong information. I'm going to talk more about that. Okay, I just popped in my mind. I wanted to speak on that. The other book, you only have 2 books in this class. The other book is a book I wrote. It's a novel, Escaping from Home, a novel about slavery and freedom. Listen, you cannot get this anywhere, the hard copy, except for the NKU bookstore. If you go online, it's not available anymore. I took it down because we're doing a second edition. You will not be able to get it on Amazon. It will look like you can, but you cannot get it on Amazon. It's all over the internet, but you cannot get it anywhere but the NKU bookstore. You can get an e-copy. If you look on the syllabus, there is a what do you call it? A scan. I can't think of my words today. Help me out, people. A QR code that you can scan and get a copy, an e-copy. You can get that right away. Otherwise, if you want a hard copy, contact the bookstore immediately if you don't have one. Now, Escaping from Home, you don't need that book until later on in the semester anyway. The book you need to get right away, because people will say, Dr. Charles, I got the Escaping from Home, but I can't find the other book. No, do it backwards. Get Is Everyone Really Equal right away. That is the crux of the class. We're going to read the entirety of both of these books. Escaping from Home is a relatively easy read. Give yourself more time than you think, though. The text is small, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing the second edition. It looks like you can read it in a few hours, but you need at least a couple of days to read through it. But the heavy lifting is going to come from Is Everyone Really Equal? This is a reading intensive course. We're going to read 2 whole books. You need to get the Is Everyone Really Equal right away so you can start reading it and do well in the course. If you don't read, you won't do well. If you try to skip around and use AI to generate your reading responses, it's not going to work. AI is putting out wrong information. We've been seeing that more and more. I had a student last semester. This is the first time I realized you could do this. I said I wasn't going to say it till later, but I'm already there. He had a final presentation to do, and he used AI, Chat GTP. I don't know what he used, but to produce an entire PowerPoint. The problem is he didn't proofread, and AI puts out wrong information. And the pictures that AI generated with the PowerPoint were like corporate people sitting at a boardroom table smiling and shaking hands. It had nothing to do with the project that was supposed to be on multicultural literature and books that deal with multicultural literature. That was the project was supposed to be about that. Pictures didn't match. The information was way off. It was just some mumbo jumbo. But if you just glanced at it, it looked like a well put together PowerPoint. And then furthermore, the sources that were cited didn't even exist. For some reason, AI is getting confused and citing sources, making up books that don't exist. So a teacher, at least like myself, many of us teachers now, we use AI for research, so we know how to use it. If you just are relying on it to do your paper, it's plagiarism, it's cheating, and it constitutes a 0. So I know what AI looks like. I'm familiar with AI. Some people think that us old fogies don't know what AI is. AI, I don't know what's this AI robots, and they have these computers now. Just that's not me. I know what's going on, y'all, and I'm not that old yet. So, okay. End of lecture. I don't want to sound like your parents. I'm your teacher. Escaping from Home, another AI horror story. People have been using AI to do, because you have to do a book report, a reflection on Escaping from Home. There's another book out there that with a kind of a similar title, but a very different topic. A couple of people use AI to do a paper on Escaping from Home, a novel about slavery and freedom. And when I read through it, the AI had generated a report about a completely different book, and they got a 0. And then sometimes they get the characters wrong. AI gets confused about the characters, and I can tell the student didn't read the book. So just do your work. All right, end of lecture. Now I don't have to say it later. This is some of the language of the course design, objectives, etc. and so forth. If you want to check out what the class is all about, this does fit under the cultural pluralism category. Oh, let me say this. I would love for you, if you want to think about being in if you're looking for a minor, Black Studies minor is really good minor. I direct the Black Studies program, and we can work together on that. This class fits as one of the requirements for the Black Studies minor. And then you could just take more of my classes, and you're already on your way by taking this class. You may not even realize it. This fits the Black Study minor. Okay, fits right in there. It's one of the core courses. Develop skills in the meeting the needs of diverse populations. This class is a very important class to be taking during this time period. We're in a divided nation right now. I don't consider myself a Democrat or Republican. I'm in the third space. I like to maybe I'm a Democratic Republican. I don't know. I mean, I vote a certain way. I always make sure I vote. In fact, in some cases I voted in the past for Republican. In some cases I vote for Democrat. It's kind of hard to do that now, but this class is not liberal indoctrination. Okay, don't think that. You have a limited understanding of the material. Some words you hear, they have become political buzzwords. For example, the term wokeism. Just because somebody puts term ism on it doesn't mean it's a legitimate philosophy. That word was created to weaponize and to divide. There's no philosophical tradition called wokeism. In the same way, it's not like phenomenology. That's a philosophical tradition. Critical pedagogy. These are traditions that go way back. Critical race theory goes back to the 60s. Existentialism. The existentialists go back to the 19th century. These are philosophical traditions. Wokeism is something somebody came up with as a political wedge. Okay? This is not a political class. We're going to talk about current events. We're going to talk about politics. But we're thinkers. We're intellectuals. Okay? There's a third space above Democrat and Republican. There's a third space of thinking that I like to say. We're thinkers. Okay? So don't feel like the African American professor is trying to indoctrinate you and make you liberal. That's what's out there in the media. Okay? That's wrong. We're just going to read some books. You may not agree with everything. I'm not asking you to agree with everything. And in fact, I'm not going to grade you down because you disagree. That's not what we're doing. But what I don't want you to do is get mad and say, this sounds like he's indoctrinating us. I'm not going to do the readings. You're not going to do well in the class. If you just make up stuff, this is not an opinion. This class is not about your opinion. This class is about responding to the text, understanding what's in the material. Agree or disagree, we're not asking you to do that. All I'm asking you to do is read the book, reflect on the material, think about what the authors are saying, and then you can give your thoughts based on that. Okay? But I don't want you to just jump on and what I've seen people do is be frustrated by the material, and then they're giving their opinion the whole semester. They're arguing political talking points like we do on Facebook. And that's not what this class is. Okay? I want to say that up front. Okay? We're trying to train up intellectuals and critical thinkers. Your IQ can raise if we do this right and do the material. Okay. Most importantly, let's look at our assessments for the class. Discussion questions post Canvas. A bulk of the class will be discussion posts and you responding to material that's on Canvas. Okay. The readings, the lectures, the videos, various assignments, it may push you out of your comfort zone. I may add to this here and there, but I'm not going to add any major assignments. I just sometimes will add a small post, maybe discussion questions that students have raised. I might put that on the canvas for you to respond to. The bulk of the class is you're reading your Sensor and D'Angelo text. Get this book right away. You're not going to be successful if you don't get the book. Don't try. I know some students try to get through the class without using the book, Googling things. Google chapter 1, Sensor and D'Angelo. No, it's going to be sloppy. I can just tell. I mean, I've been reading these type of reflections for a long time. And many of the assignments call for your opinion and your thoughts on things. Not your opinion, but your thoughts and reflection, particularly yours in particular, as relates to the text. And AI can't do that. Okay? This is your work. So go ahead and get the book as soon as possible. Start reading, because you've got a number of assignments and chapters to read already from the text. Escaping from home, we've talked about that already. Oh, let me back up. For every 2 chapters in Sensor and D'Angelo, reading is designed to ensure that you process and keep up with assigned readings. For every 2 chapters you read, you will offer a response analysis. Go to, and you can see the prompt that you're responding to on Canvas. I'll show you right now. So for every 2 chapters that you read, you will respond accordingly. Let's go here. The first one is due week 4. I tried to give you some time to secure the book. Secure the book. Okay. Oh, actually, you need to see my screen. I apologize. Here we go. Provide 2 to 3 sentences discussing the main idea. Give overall thoughts or personal response, reactions to the chapters. And I got to add some more here. I see that there's something that I left. Oh, there it is. Okay. You can't see this. I don't know how that happened. For some reason you cannot see. Okay. The assignment is locked. That's why. But when it's available, you'll be able to see 2 to 3 sentences discussing the main idea, concepts from the chapters. In addition, highlight compared chapters. What similarities and differences. You'll compare 2 chapters. You don't have to do 1 for each chapter. You're going to do 2 at a time, okay? Identify 3 key passages. Give your overall thoughts and personal response. Okay, let me do something here while I'm talking. As I said, at the risk of sounding redundant, the bulk of this class is based on the readings, okay? It's going to be based on the readings. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Now you should be able to view it, okay? I made an adjustment. Let's see now. Okay, yep. So now when you can do the work early if you want. Now you can see what's due. Still got it wrong. 3rd time's the charm. I know what I did wrong. I'm trying to make it available. I'm multitasking. I'm making it available so that you can get started on these assignments. I want to make sure that everyone is successful because, as the book says, everyone is equal. And we want everybody to be treated accordingly so that you can be successful in your work. I think I'm going to get it now. Student view. That was on my view. Okay, now you can see it. Awesome. All right. Moving right along, right? Okay. And I don't intend to keep you long. We're almost done, actually. So let me hurry through this and go back to the syllabus. There we go. Okay. Escaping from home. We talked about that. The bulk of this class is a literature equity analysis assignment. Basically, you're going to do a project around 8 books that you choose and deal with the theme of multicultural education. Okay, you're going to do a whole project. You're going to get 8 books. It could be children's books, 8 adolescent books. It could be the Hunger Games, and then add 3 more to it. But pick a theme. Don't pick 8 different kinds of books. Your theme might be women, protagonists, or African American protagonists. But 8 different books. It could be from the Little House on the Prairie series, Anne of Green Gables. You're going to talk about the presence of race, class, and gender, or not, how it's treated in the book. That is the project. And attached to that will be a final presentation on YouTube of your findings. So I'm going to say more about this project in the near future, but start thinking about 8 different books that you want to choose related to your major. There are 2 traditional exams in this class, based primarily on the Cinso and D'Angelo text. I do have a study guide already on Canvas. It'll be multiple choice. It'll be timed. Again, I want you to do your work. Make sure it's your work. You're not cheating. It's closed book, actually. This will be closed book. This is the study guide for the exam. You can see all of the material. The study guide is multiple choice. The exam will draw from the terms and concepts below. Exam 1 will cover chapter 1 through 6 from Is Everyone Really Equal? Green copy. Exam 2 will cover chapter 7 through 12. So as you're doing your readings, you can highlight these concepts because this is where the exam will come from. Positionality, peer review, what does that mean? Anecdotal evidence, critical theory, that's a philosophical tradition that goes back to the early 20th century. Thinking critically, socialization, minoritized group, okay? What do these mean? Look them up based on the book, not your opinion. Let me make something clear again. This class is not an opinion. It's not liberal bias. It's not indoctrination. We're learning material. You may not always agree with it, and I don't encourage you to agree with everything that you read, but understand what's being said and being able to respond intelligently to that. I can't say that enough. I'm not here, I don't know what you heard, but I'm not here to indoctrinate anybody, to brainwash anybody. This is material that is good to know, and there are people that devoted their whole life to writing about this material, and there are people with Ph.D.s and doctorates and law degrees that have written this text, and so it's not just some willy-nilly people's opinion, okay? Often a class like this gets interpreted that way. This is some really intellectual, deep thought that we're going to get into, and I know you guys are up to it. Okay, wrapping it up here, you see I have indicated in a very concise way all of the assessments. Again, you have 2 books. You're going to read 2 entire books, but there's 6 primary assessments in this class. This is our scale, the College of Education scale. Keep in mind, a 95 is an A. Below a 93 to 94 is an A minus. A B plus is a 91 to 92%. So the College of Education has a much more rigorous grading scale. That means you have to work all the more harder, okay? But you're up to the challenge, I already know. Readings, I've said this already. You won't be successful if you don't do the readings. Communication with professor. I'll do my best to get back with you within a day or so, 36 to 48 hours. When you email me, put EDU 316, the course number. So I get a ton of emails. Make sure that you are putting the course prefix in your email so I can know where it's coming from. The section number too. So if you're in EDU 316.002, put that in there so I can keep up with it. So I get a ton of emails, as you can imagine. I don't accept makeup work. I'm going to be candid. I have over 120 students this semester, and if I get 30 late assignments, that infringes upon my work. I know you may seem like you're the only one that needs extensions, but if I just start letting everybody turn in late things, it really gets me behind, and then you guys are upset because I'm not getting things graded on time. So I generally don't accept late work except for extenuating circumstances, childbirth, unfortunate, timely passing away of family members. That happens, unfortunately. Illnesses, that hospitalization, for example, life-threatening auto accidents. So I'm not going to be a jerk about it. If you need time, I understand that. Class Facebook is not a requirement. Some time ago, I've created a Facebook just for my NKU work and students. Yeah, feel free to add me. It's a good place. If you have questions, you can inbox me. It's also a good place to stay in touch when the semester's over. And I love staying connected with students to see what you all are doing, and maybe I can help you on some projects. Professional discourse. Non-attendance policy, please be logging in, doing your work. This is an online class. Student honor codes. I already spent a good deal talking about this already. Turning in your work, not plagiarizing, not cheating on the exam. Have some integrity, okay? Learn the material. We talked a lot about AI already, okay? Any work that solely uses AI-generated response, an AI-generated response for the entire assignment constitutes a grade of 0 for the assignment. I've gave you horror stories already. AI is sending out incorrect material. And for me as a scholar that reads this stuff all the time, it's glaring. I can see it right away. Especially if it's giving me information about the wrong book. Come on now. Okay, everybody, make sure you do your course evaluations. They're really helpful for me. And also, if you have a word of encouragement, I'm human too. Course evaluations doesn't always have to be how much you hated the class and how much of a jerk I am. I'm trying to be a nice guy. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean and nasty to people. I like people. That's why I'm a teacher. That's why some of you went into the teaching profession, because you like being around people. So you like students and all that. One day, some of y'all going to be doing what I'm doing. Believe it or not. Somebody's going to be in my position. It's going to be your turn to be the keeper of knowledge. Accommodations due to disability. Make sure you get me your material paperwork. NKU does a wonderful job in this area. I've had so much support, and students have had so much support. So I've been pleased with how they've worked with those that need accommodations. Okay, this is the course schedule. Now, there are some things on Canvas that are not on the syllabus, like the smaller assignments. So keep up with the Canvas primarily. You'll see when things are due. You'll see where to turn it in. Start working right away on your literature equity analysis. You need to choose 8 books around multicultural education, or they could be not have any diversity in the books. Like I said, the Anna Green Gables series, like the Choose Your Own Adventures books are series that they're racially ambiguous. You don't even know a person of color exists, for example. Or books like Little House on the Prairie series, the Laura Ingalls Wilder series, All the Women Are Subservient. You could talk about that, okay? That's what the project is going to be. You have to read these books, so give you a tough time to read. You can use the Harry Potter series. How does Harry Potter deal with race, if at all? You can use the Rick Riordan series, the Percy Jackson. Do they deal with race? To what extent? How are women treated? How do they deal with disability, if at all? How do they deal with social class, if at all? Or you can pick a book that deals with these things and talk about it. Okay? I'll say more about that in detail. I'm just trying to give you an introduction to it. By week 4, you need to have read chapters 1 and 2 in your main textbook. Is everyone really equal? I'll try to give you some time to secure the book. You can do projects early, okay? You can start reading early and getting things done. That's probably the best idea with the reading projects, because it's so much work. I want you to check in with me week 6. Let me know how you're doing, and I'll be probably checking with you as well. Week 7 is when Olivia Morris will be on campus, February 26th, folks, at 6 o'clock. Put that in your calendar. That's the only required in-person lecture. I understand some people are out of town. I get that, so I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to come from Texas or come from Columbus, Ohio to Northern Kentucky University for a lecture. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're local, I want you to be there, and then you'll get extra credit. You'll be rewarded, okay? And I'll have an alternative assignment for those individuals that can't make it. Exam 1, that's multiple choice. We already talked about that. Start looking at the study guide. Have your study guide next to your book as you're reading. That'll be super helpful. Have them together. Be looking at it. Be referring to it, as you do the readings. That'll be helpful. You can start checking things off. Escaping from home is due week 13. So by the first week in April, you need to secure that book. What I don't want you to do, I said this before, Dr. Childs, I got the one book, Escaping from Home, but I can't find Is Everyone Really Equal? You got it backwards. Escaping from Home is you got a pretty decent assignment for that. 100 points. It's a book report. But the bulk of the work, and the book you need right away, is Everyone Really Equal. Okay? Please remember that. I'm just trying to save you from headache and heartache and pain. From just what the pitfalls previous folks have had, I should say, in previous semesters. Okay, I just want to jump on the Canvas right quick again. So, keep up with this. You got an introduce yourself discussion module. You got a syllabus assignment. You got some things due right away. This is a fast-paced course. It's the kind of class, if you get behind in the readings, it's going to be hard to catch up. So start reading right away. I can't say it. I know I'm redundant. I'm intentionally being redundant. So you got some things coming up. Week 4, cultural autobiography reflection. Just always keep up with the modules, and you'll be fine. Lastly, as I said, you'll be seeing me here and there online giving on Zoom, okay? Zoom. I'll be there to meet you on Zoom. It's not a requirement, though. It'll look like you'll be saying, oh my gosh, Dr. Chelsea, I didn't know we had a class. I missed it. I would never do that to you. I'm just hopping on there just in case somebody wants to have a chat or anything. Sometime I'll get on there to talk about the topic. I'll get on there to give a lecture or something just to inform you. Okay, I'm so excited to have you all in class. I can't wait to meet y'all. I'm such a people person. I can't wait to see your introductions. That's going to be fun for me. Talk to you soon. Oh, by the way, this class is I have a lot of students this semester, and some of the things I'll comment on, and some things I'll just need to just grade to get through it so I can get it back to you. Okay? I won't be able to always give qualitative feedback, but I'll do my best. Talk to you soon. Peace.